Whatever you want, whoa, whatever you need, my heart belongs to you. Oh, whatever you need, there's nothing I won't do. Oh, whatever you want, oh, my heart belongs to you. Whatever you need, my heart belongs to you. Whatever you need, there's nothing I won't do. Whatever you want, my heart belongs to you. I say whatever you need.
See, this is what happens when my back is against the ropes. I come out swinging. My flow, my style, my look. They want my swag so bad, I swear I should write a book. Wake up every morning, check the grass for them snakes. Call these 9mm flows my rate. Bitches over money, no way. I don't fall in love, they just fall in love with me. Maybe it's the money, the cars or the clothes. They got them backstage at all of my shows. A legacy, yeah, I built it from the ground. But crabs in the barrel, they stay trying to pull you down. Acting ass niggas, I swear I should write a play. How they smile in my face, that's why I say I'll take on all you haters today, 'cause I'm not gonna let you get in my way. See, there's one thing that y'all don't understand. In the end, I'm gonna be the last man standing. The last man standing. The last man standing. The last man. I'm gonna be the last man standing. The last man standing. The last man standing. The last man. I'm gonna be the last man standing. My chain, my watch, my diamonds, I would give them all up to have a day of silence. 'Cause dealing with the paparazzi on a daily, I swear it's enough to drive a rich man crazy. Good weed rolled up sky high. I just bought a mansion and it's on cloud 9. I love a classy chick, straight out of the hood. So I'ma make it rain, baby, call it flash floods. Niggas putting bounty on my head. Sometimes when you so live, they would rather see you dead. Call me hammer, they can't touch this. My whole life has been ordained. I'm going for the fame, that's why I say I'll take on all you haters today, 'cause I'm not gonna let you get in my way. See, there's one thing that y'all don't understand. In the end, I'm gonna be the last man standing. The last man standing. The last man. like it's heavy. I'm about to hurt somebody, heaven save me. I'm standing at the crossroad, I don't know what to do. My mind is what these haters trying to make me lose. Ever since the money, see these demons at me, and I can't seem to keep nobody real around me. You know how the saying goes, it's lonely at the top. I'm allergic to the bottom, and that's why I can't stop. I'll take on all you haters today, 'cause I'm not gonna let you get in my way. See, there's one thing that y'all don't understand. In the end, I'm gonna be the last man.
What up, what up, what up? Shout out to everybody that's here. This is day one of transcript time. Between Robert Kelly, aka R. Kelly, and his accuser, Pauline. Let's jump into it. Let's go.
ACP, did you see this?
Look, if it ain't official DanaJay, Prima Donna News, I don't even want to see it.
There's more for you, more for us. She got the chain, she got the wall. Break me up, 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 off the wall. Me up, break me up. What you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, 'cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass, girl, gotta make it last down. Start off slow, then I'ma beat it up fast, girl. I push it down, let me know. Tell your girls get down or get low. Back away from the door.
Taking a dip in your pool, relax a bit, you know what I mean? Sip on a little Patron, you know what I mean? Swimming in you, swimming in you, swimming in you. Hey, no mama said I wanna take you. gonna take a dipping your pool. Just going for a little dive, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shout out to everybody that's here. What's going on? I'm actually multi-recording on several platforms. And yes, tonight I'm back on Clubhouse. Oh yeah, I'm back on Clubhouse. Because from what I heard on Clubhouse, I heard some people being disrespected that, you know, standing up for R. Kelly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the earphones off because I'm on Clubhouse as we speak. And I'm putting it there so that way when people type in R. Kelly name, you'll see the DanaJay mantra there. Okay? So I'm going to upload some content on Clubhouse, and every night that I go live to talk about different things, I will be going to Clubhouse. I will be joining Twitch soon. As soon as I get a webcam. I mean, let's keep it real. I'm going to come to y'all about that tomorrow. So, and we going to do this real quick. Y'all see the title, Day 1 Transcript Time and Discussion about Robert Kelly versus Pauline, the breakdown. Okay? That's how we going to do it. And you know how I do it over here. Shout out Clubhouse, everybody that's over there. What's up? Nothing but love over in the Clubhouse. So as y'all listening, I will be entertaining people that want to jump into the Clubhouse. If you want to jump into the Clubhouse, then hey, jump into the Clubhouse. Also, if you want to, you know, drop a little donation over there on Clubhouse, you can, because the donation room is open. I want to thank you so much, Tiffany, Tiffany with the 10 piece and the biscuit that go towards the channel. Thank you so much. But we're going to go there. Y'all see it. We're going to go there today. Okay, let's go. In the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, United States of America, plaintiff versus Robert Sylvester Kelly, a.k.a. R. Kelly, Daryl McDavid, and Milton Brown, a.k.a. June Brown. Defendants. Case number. And you see the case number there. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay. See the case number there? 19 CR 567. All right. So we're going to skip the appearances. Bonjean, we already know. We're going to skip all that. We're going to go there, that. And we're going to go here. We're going to start here. The witness, yes. The court, please be seated. Now, as I told everybody in the beginning, this case is a fraud case to be exact, to be honest with you. And you know how some people be like, well, Dana, how can you call it fraud? Well, I'm gonna ask you this question. Have you ever seen have you ever seen the United States of America? Have you ever had dealings with the United States of America? This is not going after a person. This is not going after a man or a woman. This is going after a trust. That's how you know this is about money. For the people who didn't know what a trust is. This is all about money. This is not about what's going on. And if you look at appearances for the plaintiff is the United States, appearances for the plaintiff, United States Attorney's Office, Northern District of Illinois. The people that's supposed to have been violated, right? They are called the witnesses. So I got a question. Shouldn't it be the witness bringing forth the lawsuit? and the United States of America be the witnesses? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Y'all don't want this truth. But it says the witness, yes. The court, please be seated. Ms. Pozzolo, Your Honor, prior to beginning questioning, there is a document just being passed around the jury. I just want to make sure everyone has a chance just to look at it before I begin. The court, all right. Ms. Pozzolo, it will just take a minute. The court, has that been done? Ms. Pozzolo, it's happening right now. Court, oh. Ms. Pozzolo, you may question the witness. So this is a direct examination from the government witness, from the government lawyer against the government witness. And the government witness is Pauline. The government lawyer is Ms. Pozzolo. Good morning. Good morning. Now, you are testifying under the pseudonym Pauline today, correct? Yes. And Pauline is not your real name, correct? No. How old are you? 37 years old. And what month and year were you born? October in 1984. Where did you grow up? Oak Park, Illinois. Did you go to middle school in that area? Yes. Did you also go to high school in that area? Yes. After high school, did you go to college? Yes. And did you graduate from college? Yes. And do you have post-college education as well? Yes, I do. After graduating, what kind of work did you do? I've worked in a couple of fields, but I'm an education teacher. Now, I like to start by showing you what's been admitted into evidence as Government Exhibit 118. Do you recognize the person in this photograph? Yes. Who is it? Jane. Jane is Rashona. When did you first meet Jane? When I was 13 or 14 years old. How did you meet Jane? At school. What was your relationship to Jane? We were like sisters, like best friends. Uh-oh. Hold on. Rashona 37. She 34. Okay. Were you and Jane in the same grade at school? Yes. Were you and Jane the same age? Yes. Rashona 37. She 34. And were you the same? And were you and Jane the same age? Yes. When you and Jane became friends in middle school, what were some of the things that you and Jane liked to do together? Go shopping, listen to music, and hang out. After you started hanging out with Jane in middle school, did you meet an individual named Robert Kelly? Yes. Who introduced you to Robert Kelly? Jane. Approximately how old were you when you first met Mr. Kelly? 14. And during your time knowing him, what name did you use to refer to Robert Kelly? Rob. What did you call him? Daddy. Stop. So you mean to tell me when you met him and during your time knowing him, you refer to Robert Kelly as Rob, but you call him Daddy? Now, I need to know, where are the naysayers at now? Because this about to get funky. And so, just so the record is clear during your testimony, today, will you be using the name Robert or Rob to refer to Robert Kelly? Yes. You stated that Jane was the person who introduced you to Robert, correct? Correct. Where were you when you first met Robert? At the studio, at the school. Huh? You was at the studio at the school. Now, this contradicts everything that the Oak Cove lady, the truth, which we call the lie over here, has been saying. If she say she met Robert at the studio at the school and she was in middle school, how was Robert always at Kenwood? That's my question. How was Robert always at Kenwood if this girl is saying that Robert was at a middle school? If you saw Robert Kelly today, would you recognize him? Yes. Miss Pozzolo, Your Honor, I would ask that everyone in the courtroom remove their masks. Ms. Bonjean will stipulate she can identify him. The court. All right. It's stipulated she can identify the defendant, Robert Kelly. Okay, let's go up a little bit right there. Now, you stated that you were 14 years old when Jane introduced you to Robert Kelly. Do you know how old Jane was at the time that she introduced you to Robert Kelly? 14. Lies. Lies. And after meeting Mr. Kelly, did you begin spending time with him? Yes. When you first started spending time with Mr. Kelly, was Jane usually there with you as well? Yes. Ms. Bonjean, Judge, I would like to get some foundation. After is a long period of time. The court. All right. Ms. Bonjean, so if I could get additional foundation about when? The court. Can you fill in the blank? Ms. Pozzolo. When you were 14 years old, after you met Mr. Kelly, was Jane usually there with you as well? Yes. Now, focusing on the time after you met Mr. Kelly and you were 14 years old, where would you and Jane spend time with Mr. Kelly? At Track Studio, at his house on 1010 West George, at Hoops, on a tour bus, at restaurants. Stop. So you would spend time with Robert on his whole routine during a day. So my question is this. Where was Roshana when all this was going on? And if that's the case, in this direct, we should hear that Robert kept Roshana captive. Right? So let's read on and see if that's what we're going to hear, Clubhouse. You understand? We want to hear if that's what we're going to, and we want to see if that's what we're going to hear. Question. You mentioned 1010 West George. Over time, did you become familiar with the different rooms at Mr. Kelly's house on George Street? Yes. I'd like to direct your attention to when you were 14 or 15 years old. Do you recall a time when you and Jane were at the house at 1010 West George and you could not locate Jane? Yes. Did you eventually find Jane in a house? Yes. Where did you find her? In the cabin room. I'd like to direct your attention to what has been admitted into evidence as Government Exhibit 112D. Do you recognize Government Exhibit 112D? Yes. And what is it? The cabin room. You stated that you found Jane in the cabin room. Was she there alone? No. Who was there? Who was in there with Jane? Rob. And what were Jane and Rob Kelly doing in the log cabin room? She was sitting, like kneeling, but she was naked when I came in the room. She was naked when I came in the room. And what was Mr. Kelly doing when you entered the room? Sitting down in front of her. After you saw Jane naked in the cabin room with Mr. Kelly, what did you do? I ran out. After you ran out the room, did Jane find you? Yeah. Hold on. So let me put this picture together. Robert was sitting in front of Jane with clothes on. Jane was kneeling or sitting with clothes off. You ran out, Pauline, and Jane ran out and found you naked. Okay. Okay. What happened when Jane came and found you? She talked to me and told me it was okay, that I could come back in. And so I did. And we all were talking. And when you returned to the log cabin room with Jane, was Robert Kelly in that room? Yes. Did he say anything to you when you returned to the room with Jane? He told me that he was just looking for bruises on her because she hurt herself. And I was like, oh, okay. Did Mr. Kelly say anything else to you once you returned to the log cabin room? Yes. He told me that that's how I said. I told him that that's not how you look for bruises. At 14 or 15, how you know how to look for bruises? These are questions that nobody thought about. And she said, and he said, that's how you look for bruises. And I said, oh, okay. So first you tell him that's not how you look for bruises. Then he tell you that's how you look for bruises. And then you say, oh, okay. And then he stated that we all have secrets. And then he stated to you that we all had secrets. Okay. And he was like the little boy you've been kissing on. I was like, yeah. He was like, your mama don't know about that, do she? I was like, no. He said, okay, she don't have to know about this. We all cool. I said, yeah, I'm cool. And we was cool. And so what did you understand Robert Kelly to be? Communicating to you about what you saw in the log cabin room and when Jane was naked. That what he was doing was fine. And it was our secret. After you had that conversation, what happened next? He told Jane to kiss his sister. What? He told Jane to kiss his sister. He told her to kiss her sister. And she kissed me and I kissed her. What? Was that the first time you had kissed Jane before? Like that? Yes. Did Mr. Kelly tell you to do anything else with Jane in the log cabin room that day? To touch each other's breasts. And did you do that? Yes. Why did you do that? Because he told me to. Did Robert touch you that day in the log cabin room? Yes. Where did he touch you? On my breast. Did you see Robert Kelly touch Jane that day in the log cabin room? Yes. And where did he touch her? On her breast. And how old were you when you had this first sexual encounter? Hold on, make sure. Encounter with Robert and Jane? Like 14. I like to show the witness only an exhibit that has not yet been admitted. Okay, I'm directing your attention to what has been marked as Government Exhibit 107. Do you recognize this exhibit? Yes. Okay, what is it? Me. What grade were you in when this photograph was taken? Like 7th or 8th. Hold on. I'm going to stop here for a second. Nothing she's saying is making sense. I still can't get past him being at the studio in middle school or the school at middle school. When they all were saying that he was at the high school. Now, somebody lying. Somebody's lying. Hey, Elaine. Shout out to Elaine in the chat room over on Clubhouse. I'm just reading the transcripts, Elaine, for Robert Kelly. So question, and does this photograph fairly and accurately depict what you look like at that time? Yes. Your Honor. Hold on. Your Honor, I'd like to move to admit and publish Government Exhibit 107. Bonjean, no objection. Court, it's admitted. You may publish it. After that day in the log cabin room, when you were 14 years old, did you have any further sexual contact with Robert and Jane? Yes. Okay, I like to walk through some of that piece by piece, focusing on the time from the incident in the log cabin room when you were 14 and the following months. So when you're 14 years old, did you have additional sexual contact with Robert and Jane? Yes. Can you describe the sexual acts that occurred while you were 14 years old with Robert Kelly and Jane? Well, he taught me how to give oral sex on him and Jane. And we would do stuff like that. At the time that you first started performing oral sex on Robert and Jane, did you know how to give oral sex? No. And at the time that you first started performing oral sex on Robert and Jane, had you ever had sexual intercourse before? No. Now, you already described the day in the log cabin room. Where did the other sex acts between you, Robert, and Jane take place? Ms. Bonjean, objection. Foundation. I guess when, and tell him when and where I guess would be. So right now, oh, that's too far down. Hold on. So right now, we're talking about when you're 14, between 14 and 15. So when you first started engaging in these other sex acts, where did they take place? At the studio and at his house sometimes. Stop. Hey, Arthur. How you doing? So, wait a minute. So, when you first started engaging in these other sex acts, where did they take place? At the studio and at his house sometimes. Time out. Didn't she say at the studio and at the school studio? Now she's saying at the house. Okay. Eventually, did you have sexual intercourse with Robert Kelly? Not right away. How old were you when you first had sexual intercourse with Robert Kelly? Like 16, 15, or 16? Huh? Like 16, 15, or 16? Ms. Bonjean, objection. I'm going to ask that to the best of the witness' ability to not be guessing. Ages are short of important. So if there's a way that we can get as good as a foundation as possible, by the witness, answer 15. Oh, so you go from 15 to 16 to 15, and now you back to 15. Really? The court, fine. I'm sorry. Did you say you were 15 when you first had sexual intercourse with Mr. Kelly? Yes. She said 16 at first. Now it's 15. Y'all take notes. Now, after you started having sexual intercourse with Mr. Kelly, was Jane present for times when that occurred? Yes. Between the time that you were 14 and 16 years old, approximately how many times did you have oral sex with Mr. Kelly? A lot. Can you give a ballpark range at all? Over 80 times. Oh! Now we're going to get to the ballpark figure. This is where Chicago knocks out New York. She had oral sex with Robert Kelly about 80 times. Now, you know I'm about to ask that magic question, right? The magic question is, why don't Pauline have herpes? If she had oral sex with him over 80 times, why Pauline don't have herpes? Bonjean, can we get again? Is there a time frame here? Are we talking months, years? I said between 14 and 16 years old. 14 and 16, okay, thank you. Focusing on that time frame between the time when you were 14 and 16 years old. Approximately how many times did you have sexual intercourse with Robert Kelly? Over 80 times. If she ain't have sex with him until 15 and 16, allegedly, how does she have sex? Okay, all right. Between the time that you were 14 and 16 years old, approximately how many times did you have threesomes with Robert Kelly and Jane? Like probably 60. Okay. Now I'm about to bust this shit up. I was trying not to cuss, but god damn it, you ain't gonna play with me. Ain't nobody gonna have threesomes like that 60 times. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if the male loves what he having repeatedly threesomes is gonna make him want something different. He's gonna get tired of that. And so are y'all. So that's a lie. The court reporter, 1-6. The witness, 6-0. Whoa. Now, earlier you testified. Hold on. Now, earlier you testified about having sexual contact with Robert Kelly at his recording studio, correct? Correct. Do you recall the name of the recording studio? Tracks. And why did Robert Kelly have a recording studio? Objection, speculation. Overruled. Whoa. Why did Robert Kelly have a recording studio? Because he records music. What name does he record music under? R. Kelly. So was he famous at the time that you were spending time with him? Yes. Where was Chicago Tracks located? On Larrabee. I'd like to direct your attention to what's been admitted into evidence as Government Exhibit 114A. Do you recognize the photograph in Government Exhibit 114A? Yes. What is it? The studio. I'm showing you what has been admitted as Government Exhibit 114B. I said exhibit. Do you recognize this photograph? Yes. What is it? The call pad to get into the studio. The court. Excuse me 1 second. Pause. You can go ahead. You were saying that this is the call box to get into the studio. Is that right? Yes. I'm showing you what has been admitted as Government Exhibit 114E. Do you recognize this photograph? Yes. What is it? The inside of the studio. I'm showing you what has been admitted as Government Exhibit 114G. Do you recognize this photograph? Yes. What is this photograph? One of the offices. And that's inside Track Studio. Yes. I'm showing you what has been marked as Government Exhibit 114L. Jesus. Do you recognize this photograph? Yes. And what is that? One of the rooms in the studio. And finally, on your screen as Government Exhibit 114P, which has been admitted into evidence, do you recognize this photograph? Yes. And what is this photograph? Another part of the room in the studio with the bathroom. During the time period, you were between the ages of 14 and 16 years old. How would you typically get to Chicago Tracks to see Robert Kelly? Jane's parents. They would take us to hang out. And during that time period, between the ages of 14 and 16, how would you know when Mr. Kelly wanted to see you at Tracks? We can call his phone, or he'll call us, or Jane will let me know that we're going to hang out. Ooh. So we playing this game called Let's Throw People Under the Bus. And let's see what happens. And when you would call Chicago Tracks between the ages of 14 and 16, what phone would you use to call the studio? My cell phone. And how did you have the number for Chicago Tracks? He gave it to me. And by he, are you referring to Robert Kelly? Yes. Now, we just looked at some photographs that you identified. Can you describe during the time period between 14 and 16 some of the rooms where you had sexual contact with Robert Kelly at Tracks? They were like studios. So in some of the studios, he'll have like couches. And then like in the other part of the studio, it might be like a bed or candles like on the floor and stuff. Did you have sexual contact with him? And again, between the ages of 14 and 16 in multiple rooms at Chicago Tracks? Yes. All right. I like to show you what has been admitted into evidence as Government Exhibit 108. Do you recognize the person in this photograph? Yes. And for purposes of this trial, what are we referring to this person as? Brittany. How do you know Brittany? That was one of my best friends. We went to school. We went to grade school together, middle school and high school together. Did you ever see Brittany at Chicago Tracks? Yes. How old were you when you saw Brittany at Chicago Tracks? 14, 15, 16, 17. What the hell am I reading? How old was she? Was she 14? Was she 15? Was she 16? Or was she 17? How in the hell you claim you're a victim and something happened to you and this man's allegedly supposed to do something to you and you don't even know the age? That's a lot of ages. Approximately how many times during that time period, 14 to 16 years old, did you see Brittany at Chicago Tracks? A number. What? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. They asking you for a number and you say a number. Again, estimate on approximately how many times? 50 to 60 times. Did you ever spend time with Brittany and Robert Kelly at Chicago Tracks? Yes. And did you engage in sexual activity with Brittany and Robert Kelly at Tracks? Yes. So where was Roshona? See what I'm saying? See how when you tell a lie and you got to remember your lie and you can't leave nobody out? And how old were you when the sexual activity with Brittany and Robert Kelly occurred? 15 and 16. So you left out 14 and 17 this time, right? So you left out 14 and 17 this time, right? And can you please describe, oh Lord. And can you please, oh my God, I don't want to read this part. And can you please describe the sex acts that occurred between you, Brittany, and Robert Kelly? We would just have threesomes. Approximately how many times did you have threesomes? Multiple times. Okay, I'd like to ask you some questions about Robert's tour bus. When you were between the ages of 14 and 16, did Robert have a tour bus? Yes. And what ages of 14 and between the ages of 14 and 16, did you have sexual contact with Robert on his tour bus? Yes. During that time period, between ages of 14 and 16, did you, Jane, and Robert have any threesomes on the tour bus? Yes. Okay, I'd like to direct your attention to an incident that occurred on the tour bus between you, when you were around 15 and 16 years old. Do you remember where the tour bus was parked? When? One of the incidents with Jane and Robert Kelly. Yes, outside of the courthouse on 26 in California. Okay, I'll get to that incident in a minute. Was the tour bus ever parked outside of Hoops? Yes. And did you ever spend time with Robert Kelly and Jane on a tour bus when it was near Hoops? Yes. So you leading her on to stuff. She talking about a courthouse, you talking about Hoops. And how did you and Jane get onto the tour bus? We walked onto the tour bus. We were escorted. I should say. Did you ever spend time on Robert Kelly's tour bus when it was located outside the state of Illinois? Yes. Now during the time that you were having sexual contact with Robert Kelly when you were 14, 15, and 16 years old. How did you feel about R. Kelly? I love Rob. He was one of my best friends. Yeah. What? And did Mr. Kelly express whether he had any feelings about you back when you were in high school? Yes, he loved me. We had a lot of fun times. When you were between the ages of 14 and 16, were there times that Mr. Kelly provided you with alcohol? Yes. What kind of alcohol? Hypnotic. It was good. Wait a minute. Hypnotic wasn't even out back then. And would you sometimes drink alcohol again between 14 and 16 years old before having sexual contact with Mr. Kelly? Yes. It was more like, just hanging out, you drinking, chilling. Now, during the time that you were between 14 and 16, did you have sexual contact with Mr. Kelly without Jane? Yes. Did you tell Jane that you were having sex with Robert Kelly during that time period? No. And that's when the problem started. So, why didn't you tell Jane that you were seeing Robert without her there? Because it was none of her business at the time. Ooh. And did Jane eventually find out that you were seeing Robert without her? Yes. About how old were you when Jane found out? Like 16. What happened after Jane found out that had been going on? It became very problematic in our friendship. When you were between ages of 14 and 16 years old, did Robert Kelly ever videotape the two of you having sex? Yes. And how do you know that a videotape was used during some of those sexual encounters? Because he had tripods and cameras in the room. When you were between the ages of 14 and 16, when you were between the ages of 14 and 16, did Robert Kelly ever videotape threesomes that you and Robert had with Jane? Yes. And did he ever videotape threesomes that you and Robert had with Brittany between the ages of 14 and 16? Yes. Do you know where Robert Kelly kept the videos that he made of you having sex? He used to have videos in his gym bag, but he kept them in different places. Did you ever take a videotape from Mr. Kelly's gym bag? Yeah. Hold on. So you took a videotape too? I swear to God, this is the playbook of Cheryl Mack. Approximately how old were you when that happened? Like 15. And why did you take the tape from the gym bag? Because I was just a rebel. And did you watch the tape to see what was on it? No, I didn't watch it. Hold on. So you took a tape and didn't watch it, but you took it just to have it. Somebody make this make sense. And what did you do with the tape after taking it? I gave it back to him. Huh? What was his reaction when he found out that you took the tape? He was real mad. Hold on. But did he slap you? Did he touch you or anything? They don't go into those questions. Because if they go into that questions, it hurts all of the people in New York that testified against him. Now, they said when a robber get real mad, he get physical. And he slapped women and beat women and hit women and with shoes, right? So why Pauline ain't never get hit? And she admitted he was real mad. Right, Gemini Dawn. Why these adults from sharing these making copies, that doesn't add up. That part right there, it don't add up. And how was you drinking Hypnotic and it wasn't even out yet? Make this make sense. I'd like to direct your attention to late 2001. Were you still living in the Chicago area at that time? Yes. And did you participate in an interview with officers from the Chicago Police Department? Yes, I did. Was anyone else present for the interview with CPD? I think my mom was present at the time. What? You think your mom was present at that time? And earlier you stated that you were born in 1984, correct? That's correct. So you would have turned 17 in October 2001, correct? Correct. Did the officers tell you that they wanted to ask you about during the interview? Yes. They said they wanted to show me a picture. Hold on, y'all. Yes. They said they wanted... Oh, shoot. 2, Clubhouse. All right. Had to make sure. Okay. Is Clubhouse still going on? What's going on? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm new back to the Clubhouse thing too, so hold on. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Hold on. I need some help, y'all. And getting back to it. Let's see. Man, see, this the crazy part.
I'm gonna step out in a minute. Just for it.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Trying to figure this out. Because I don't know what just happened. Oh my God. Okay. This whole thing just cut off. Like, is there... And do anybody know if there's a setting that I can put on Clubhouse to keep it going? This is crazy. Okay. Well, Clubhouse is over. I guess the live went elsewhere. Okay. Yep, I guess it's over with. Okay. Hey. When she said hypnotic in 98, yeah. What up, Laverne? How you? So, yes, they said that they wanted to show me a picture and for me to identify the person. And your mother was present when they were going to show you this picture. Yes. And did they show you a picture during the interview? Yes. Can you describe the photo that they showed you? They showed me a photo of Jane like naked with Rob. And then they showed me another photo of her on a tour bus with someone, but their face was blurred out. And when you saw the photos, did you identify the person that was in those photos? Eventually, yes. Can you describe what you mean by eventually? I said, fuck. I was nervous because my mom was with me, and I didn't want to tell on my friend. And I didn't want to incriminate myself because I didn't want my mom to know what was going on. But I knew my mom knew that was Jane. So I couldn't say it wasn't Jane when it was Jane. So I just said, yes, it was Jane. But I didn't tell them what the other photo was. And at the time you were 17. And with your mom doing that interview with the police, did she know that you were having sexual contact with Robert Kelly? No. She still don't know that. No. And based on the photo of Jane when she was naked with Robert Kelly, could you tell where the photograph had been taken? No. I can't tell where that particular one was taken. I think it was on the tour bus after the interview with CPD in late 2001. Did you later receive a subpoena to testify before the grand jury in Cook County? Yes. And did you tell Robert Kelly about the subpoena that you received? Yes, I did. What was his response? He was upset. He said that I don't supposed to be talking to these people. And I put him in a very tricky situation. And I apologize because that was not my intent. I never wanted to hurt Rob. That was not my intentions. But if my mom was present, I didn't know what else to do. Did you testify before the grand jury in May 2002? Yes. And you were 17 years old at that time, correct? Correct. Did you have an attorney present with you for your testimony? Yes, I did. And who hired that attorney? My mother. During your grand jury testimony in 2002, were you shown photographs of Jane? Yes. And were those similar to the photographs that you had been shown by the police officer before your testimony? Yes. And when asked if you could identify the person in the photographs, what did you do? I did it. I identified her. During your grand jury testimony, were you asked about whether you had ever seen Jane having any physical relation with Robert Kelly? Yes. And what did you say in response to that question? I told them no. Hold up. During your grand jury testimony, you were asked about whether you had ever seen Jane having any physical relations with Robert Kelly. Yes. And what did you say in response to that question? I told them no. And so you lied about what you knew about Jane and Robert Kelly. I sure did. Yes, I did. So if you lied then, why wouldn't you lie now when money is a motivation for you to lie now? Can somebody make sense of that? If you lied then, when there was nothing on the line, what makes you think that now money is not a motivator to make you lie now? And why? Why did you lie to the grand jury? Because I wasn't going to admit that in front of my mom for nobody, period. At any point during the grand jury process, did you tell the state prosecutors? Did you tell the state prosecutors that you and Robert Kelly were also having sex when you were a minor? No, I did not. And why is that? A couple of reasons. The first reason, I did not want to have myself involved. Second reason, I didn't want to put Rob in an even worse situation. I was calling myself trying to be as loyal as possible, but not mess up things with my own mom and make her feel like something was tricky going on. Ooh, Lord. Ooh. And they asked me specifically about some pictures. And that's what I was talking to them about. They didn't have pictures of me. So I didn't need to insert myself in that situation. Hold on. So if they didn't have pictures of Pauline, how did the federal government get pictures of Pauline? Something ain't right. Now, earlier, you testified that after you graduated from high school, you attended college, correct? Yes. And did you come to Chicago during Robert Kelly's trial in 2008? Yes. Who asked you to come to Chicago at that time? Rob. Did Mr. Kelly tell you why he wanted you to come to Chicago during the trial? No. He said he wanted to see me. We talked. He wanted to talk to me about, what was going on. But we didn't discuss that over the phone until I came to town. And after you arrived in Chicago during the trial in 2008, did you meet with Mr. Kelly? Yes. And where did the meeting take place? On a tour bus. That's when I first got dropped off the tour bus on the 26th in California. What? So it was parked near the courthouse at 26th in California? Yes. Was Robert Kelly on the tour bus when you arrived at first? No. Not at the time, no. So what did you do when you arrived and he wasn't there? I sat there and waited. About how long did you wait on a tour bus before you saw Robert Kelly? About 2 hours. So I have a question. Why wasn't Pauline held captive on a tour bus? If Robert wanted her to come, why wasn't she held captive on a tour bus? Now, all these people can come. Well, no, I can't say that. Only certain people can come and go. But only certain people was held captive and only certain people was given herpes. Can somebody make this make sense? Was anyone else on a tour bus while you were waiting? Not to my knowledge at the time, no. So how did you get on a tour bus if the tour bus was locked? And when Robert Kelly arrived, did you learn that someone else was on the tour bus? Yes, I did. Who was on the tour bus? Who was on the bus? Jane. And when you saw Jane on the bus, were you happy to see her? I was in tears, yeah. I hasn't seen her in a long time. A long, very, very long time. And how did Jane react when she saw you? She was a little standoffish. And did you have a conversation with Robert and Jane on the tour bus? Yes. And what was said by Mr. Kelly during that conversation? We talked about what was going on and how they were trying to make him this bad guy, and that we know he's not a bad guy. And I'm like, yeah, you're not a bad guy. And how you know? He didn't want me saying the wrong thing to the wrong person because they can misconstrue your words, you know. So we talked about that tape, that type of stuff. And you know, I really wanted to talk to her more, but we were just not on good terms. And this conversation you described about not talking to people, are you referring to, was he referring to what was going on with the trial? Yes. And like the police and stuff. But like I told him then, I didn't try to. I didn't find them. They found me, you know. I didn't go looking for these people to try to throw anybody under the bus. Even today, that's just not what I do, you know. But when they keep blank, you know, you see people, you're gonna to have to eventually talk to people. Nobody's stupid. And when you're referring, they found me, are you referring to being served with a grand jury subpoena? Yes. Were you called to testify at the 2008 trial? No. Okay, wait a minute. I thought she said she was called to testify. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Sweet sunshine, I'm just about to go there. I thought so too. I thought Jane was out the country. But now she was on the tour bus. Somebody lying. Then they asked, were you called to testify at the 2008 trial? No. But if you testify, so this solidifies that if you don't tell them what they want you to know. Wait a minute, hold on, time out. She went to the grand jury and she testified. Then they served her with a grand jury subpoena. They're not going to waste money subpoenaing people and then don't call you to testify. So, wait, what the? Oh my God. All these lies. But you know, you got people running around on Clubhouse, jumping in Whack 100 joint talking about, oh yeah, he guilty. Wow. 2342, remember that. Were you called to testify in 2008 trial? No. Okay. Before moving on to the last few topics, I do have to ask you, you talked about having oral sex with Robert Kelly between the ages of 14 and 16. And I do have to have you explain your definition of that. Sucking cock. Oh, shit. And sexual intercourse, can you explain your definition of that as well? Him inserting it in me. And by it, Lord have mercy. And by it, you mean his penis? Vaginally, yes. Okay, I'd like to direct your attention to the weeks leading up to your 20th birthday, since you were born in October 1984. You would have turned 20 in October 2004, correct? Yes. When you were 19 going on 20 years old, were you still in contact with Robert? Yes. And during that time, And during that time frame, do you recall placing a telephone call to Robert's studio? Yeah. What did you call why did you call Robert's studio? Because he was not being a good boyfriend at the time. He was not answering my phone calls. What? Hold on. Hold on. He was not being a good boyfriend at the time. He was not answering my phone calls. And did you leave a message at the studio? Yes. And did Robert get back in touch with you after you left the message? He sure did. Can you explain why you reached out to him and what message you left for him? Well, he calls it extortion. I call it don't play with me. Okay. Brittany and I was trying to get his attention, and I kept calling him. And I was like, he not answering. Okay, I got him. So I was like, this is what we gonna do. We concocted up this idea that if we call and tell him that blank, I don't know at the time, it was something going on. But we were like, I'm going to tell him that I'm getting ready to tell my mama everything. And if he don't give me such and such thousands of dollars, and she's like, don't do that because you're gonna get blank. We gonna get in trouble. I'm like, you so scary. She was always very scary. I didn't scare, so I did it. And I portrayed like I was her. But it really wasn't her. I was me. And of course, he called me back. I shouldn't have did that. He was upset. Did you follow through with that request for money from Robert? No. It was blank. I mean, to you, all it's like, I don't want to say you're judging me or us, but that was like my boyfriend. So girls get mad and say stupid stuff or want to slap you or bust your car windows out. You know, I never did that. I'm just saying. It was just a threat. I wasn't blank. He knew that. Whoa. If he didn't knew that, if he didn't knew that, he would have had me still around all these other years. I never got the money. It wasn't even about the money. I was just trying to get his attention. And he called, so it worked. When did your sexual contact with Mr. Kelly end? How old were you? I was grown. I was out of college. Now, earlier you testified that you were not completely truthful to the police and the grand jury when asked about Robert Kelly in 2002, correct? Yes. Why are you testifying here today? Ms. Bonjean, objection, Judge, because she has a subpoena and she's supposed to testify. I mean, I don't think it's appropriate. Your Honor, the witness can't answer that question herself. Okay, it's blank. Overruled. She can answer. Wow. Why are you testifying? Because it's that I'm in a different place in life. I have direct accountability for having sex with him. Yes, that is true. I could have probably said no or told my mom or someone earlier, but I was scared. And I loved him. I still love him. Like, that was really my close friend. He blank, it was in a weird way. I know you all might judge me, but it was like best friends meets boyfriend meets dad in one person, you know? He taught me a lot. And I'm just at a different place. I'm a mom now. I'm a wife. So things that I thought were cool when I was a teenager, and oh, this is awesome. We're hanging out. I can do whatever. That's not okay when I'm a 37-year-old mother and somebody did something to my kids. I'm killing them, period. Lord have mercy. This lady ain't credible at all. Okay, Judge, I don't know why this narrative is, but it's gone on, I think. Your Honor, can I have one moment, please? All right, one moment. Discussion off the record. Nothing further. Ms. Bonjean, you may cross-examine. Ms. Bonjean, thank you, Your Honor. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight at 23:51. We're going to pick up tomorrow at noon. And we're going to go through and knock out Pauline. But I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think Pauline is credible? Do y'all think Pauline had Rob's best interest at heart? The call-in number will be there in a few seconds. I want y'all to call in. And I want y'all to speak your mind. I do. I want y'all to call in and speak your mind. I thought I locked in. Okay. Colin, I want to hear from you. I definitely want to hear from you. What do y'all think about Pauline? Call in 404-914-7986. If y'all can speak in the chat, y'all can call in randomly. Come on. Hold on. You're live, caller. You're live on the DanaJay show. How can I help you?
Hey, Dana, it's me. How you doing?
Okay, who is me?
Tanya.
Okay. Hey, how you doing,
Miss
Tanya?
Hicks.
Huh?
You know, Miss Hicks.
Okay, hi. How you doing, Ms. Hicks?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. I don't know. It's like on the Jerry Springer show. Where did they find these people? You know, where do you find these people, man? Are they on some kind of a drug, or are these people for real?
They was for real.
Dad.
They was for real. They was the reasons. The reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I don't think anybody's really telling the truth about it. If they said it with a straight face, they say, yeah, I'm lying about the whole doggone thing. It's like you put if you put them on a lie detector test and you ask them all the questions, will they pass or fail? I don't think any of these people. From what you said, I don't think any of these people are telling the truth. If they really wanted to tell the truth, I don't think they know the truth. If they really said anything about it, I don't think they would tell the. I think they're just doing this just because of the money. And right now, he ain't got nothing, and he's trying to fight this with tooth and nail. Sure. So I don't really believe anybody. They put their hand on the Bible. Say, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, to help you God? They would say, yeah, but they wouldn't really want to believe it,
Right.
They wouldn't want to believe if they put their hand on the Bible and said, do you want to tell the truth, the whole truth, help you God? And if what you're saying is accurate, I don't know if they would say they were accurate. If you put them on a lie detector test, they probably would fail.
Right. Hold on for a second. One caller at a time. So go ahead and finish.
Oh. Huh?
So go ahead and finish.
Yeah, I really don't think they would be truthful just to say. They may say it on the stand, but they might say it outside of people that don't know them, and they probably tell a different whole kind of story. So I don't think I would believe anything they say anyway.
Okay.
They always say keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, and you can't believe what they say if they be on the stand. So.
Right.
So it was nice talking to you, Gina.
All right, great.
And I'm glad you stopped by my show sometime.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on.
And no
Bye.
problem. All right.
Bye.
That's hammer time. Hammer time. Whew. All right, call back. Oh, I'll call you. Hold on. Y'all know I'll call you back. Hold on. Y'all know I'll call you back.
What's up, Don?
What's up? Who this?
This King Cox.
Oh, what's going on, man?
Man, first of all, before we get into this R. Kelly thing, I want to say Superman was black and Batman was a rich white man. So.
Well, I'm gonna talk about that on Clubhouse.
Okay, but as far as these so-called victims, hold on, have to turn that TV down. As far as the so-called victims go, I think all I'm lying. Because me personally, I have 4 daughters, and I know Kels, he have a couple of daughters himself. Or we ain't gonna get into that. But a pedophile or child molester, which they really charged me with the first time. But I'm trying to put it in a way. Okay, any type of abuser won't just abuse here and there. It would be a pattern.
Right.
You can't just mess with. If I drink beer and not liquor, you're going to catch me with a beer all the time. Right. You ain't going to catch me with no Hennessy or none of that if I don't drink that.
Right.
It's habitual. Everything is habitual. So how could you be a pedophile today and not tomorrow?
Right.
And then again 10 years later and not the next month after that? It don't make sense. And then the lies, you just saw, the stuff you just read, man, I was just laying in my bed watching this. It was so many inconsistencies in this young lady's story, man. It don't even make sense.
Oh, tomorrow I'm gonna do Bon Jean version of the cross. So,
yeah.
So tomorrow gonna be day number 2, but I mean each day I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna do day 1 of this, day 2 of this, day 1 of this, day 2 or day 3 of that. Because
I'm here for it.
Because I'm gonna save Roshona for last.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to show people where they got the playbook from. But I'm doing this for a reason because I want people to see the lie that they have studied. And the reason why they did it was because they couldn't have Robert Kelly their self all to themselves.
Right.
Now, let's keep it a buck. See, I'm not, oh, no, I can't do that. Because I can't tell Rashona's story before I get to Rashona's story. So.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Right. So it's like everything I've been saying has been truthful. And when we get to Rashona, I'm going to have to mention Larry. Because I'm going to show the flip. I'm going to show the turn. And I'm hearing astronomical prices of what was promised to her.
I heard a couple prices myself.
I do know for a fact that wasn't nothing astronomical promised to her until after she gave her testimony.
That makes sense.
Before she gave her testimony, she had already received the first part of the package. The second part of the package got denied. So therefore, she was lied to lie on Robert Kelly. So I'm going to ask this question. Pauline. See, that's taken from my narrative for tomorrow. Jesus.
No, we good. We good. I just want to call in, say what's up, get my opinion.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. We gonna hold that for tomorrow, man. I mean, cause I was getting into it when I saw Bonjuri's name. You said we're gonna wait till tomorrow, 12 o'clock. I said, oh shit. Yeah. But yeah, we'll wait till tomorrow, man. Just hold that. We gonna do it how you want to do it. It's your show, your lead, man. We gonna do that. I ain't gonna go first, man. So good talking to you, bro. Love.
All right, bro. Thank you, bro. Love. Oh man, I want to get into this. Shout out to King. Anybody else want to call in and talk about the first day of the reading of Pauline? If anybody want to talk about it, then hey. Don't forget I'm going live on Clubhouse at 10:45. So go add me on Clubhouse. If anybody's on Clubhouse, can y'all tell me if my monetized page is there on Clubhouse right now? If y'all can tell me if my monetized page is there on Clubhouse, because I can't see it. The only thing I can do is activate it. I can't see it. But call in. The call line is open. Shout out to my brother Willie that's already there. Man. I need somebody to show me how to look at my rooms, man. I set up everything else. My live today, I don't know what happened to it. Like, do they go away? Like, what's going on? Let me see. Let me see. I'm waiting for y'all to call in. If not, then I'm gonna get up off here, and I'll be on Clubhouse at 10:45. I'm just saying. What was the end goal? Can I? Details. No, cancel it. Save replay. I don't want to save the replay for that. That's trash. Hold on. You're live on the DanaJay show, caller. How can I help you?
Dana, what's good? This is J-Rock.
Jay Rizzy, what's going on, shorty?
Man, nothing much, man. I know I didn't talk to you in a minute, man, but I just want to touch base with you.
Okay, hold on. Hey, Willie, can you screenshot it and send it to me so I can see what it look like? Thank you, bro. Hold on.
Man.
Hold on. Is there a link for the clubhouse or do I? Hold on, one caller at a time. Hey, J-Rock, what's up, bro?
Man, look, I kind of came in the middle of it, so you was reading some of the testimony and whatnot. So I was kind of in and out because I had a little small family issue that I was trying to sort out. But so when you was going to with Pauline, when she was like, I caught the part when she was like, well, you know, how old were you at the time you hooked up? Well, I was 16, 15, 16. I'm like, hold on. Which one is it? Which one is it? You say 16, and back to 15, and back to 16, and they're like, oh, okay, I think it was 15.
But you know what this remind me of? This remind me of when what's the dude, Day, but I want to call him Day. Off of Friday, when he said, which one is it? I need a number. And he said a 24, a 14, a 7, a do. That's what this remind me of, man. That's why I just be like, man, like, yo, come on, bro.
It sounds crazy as hell. I'm sitting up in here just going like, you just gonna flip ages like this, and then on top of it, like she kept going back and forth talking about, well, I was intimate with him, and then come up with 14. Like, where the hell did 14 come from? Talk about 14 to 16. I'm like, okay, now you done went down to age now. And then talking about, well, we were hanging out, we were drinking Hypnotic. Hypnotic come out to the what, 2001?
Right.
When Hypnotic came out, and it's like 1990, what? 98, 99, when all the stuff went. I'm like, bro, look, come on now.
Right.
Now you're doing way too much here. Was it the same chick that talked about that she went to school and then like she went a couple years and something about her finishing school like 2 years early and sounded like she couldn't even put together a complete sentence? Because I think this is the same chick. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, this is the same one that went to school for a long time. She went to school for a long time, and she said she got post-grad. She got all that stuff. And I'm just like, okay, you got post-grad. You know, you're doing your thing.
I guess, you know, it just more power to her.
That reminds me of somebody else that got 2 degrees and can't even put a sentence together. But I digress with that.
I got you. So, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna dip on out. I just want to touch base with you. Oh, I still need to get that emails from you too, man.
Man, I sent that to you like 4 times, bro.
What? Then I was checking. I didn't see them, but I'll go ahead. I'll check my email again on them and see what's what.
I know 2 of them bounced back, so I was just waiting.
Okay. But I know you still got the same email. I'm if I don't have them, I'll just hit you back up and let you know what's what. And I'll send an alternate email for you.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, bro.
All right.
2318. Let me call back in. Hold on, let me see something. Cause y'all know I call you.
What's up, Dana?
New Black Panther, what's going on? I see you called, but I already had a call at the time. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. I was just calling in to the show. It's like I'm riding as usual, listening to the show, and I'm looking like, okay, where are you getting all these stories from and these so-called witnesses from or whatever. You know what I mean? Out the blue, like, you know, this just crazy how they coming up with all these different stories and narratives or whatever. You know?
Man, that's the way the government do. You know what I'm saying? That's what the government do.
I got a question, but can you take me off the air when I ask this question?
Wait till I get off and then call me back and we'll talk offline.
All right, okay, cool. All
right. That was new Black Panther, man. Look, anybody else want to call in? If not, I'm gonna get up off here. Okay, hold on. You're live on the DanaJay show, caller. How can I help you?
If not, I'm gonna get up off here. Okay.
You live on the DanaJay show. How can I help you? Wow. Thank you, Willie, for putting it up there. This is my Clubhouse link. Y'all go ahead and, y'all do that. Y'all go ahead and get ready because I'm at 10:45. I'm going to Clubhouse. And we going to talk about Pauline. We going to have some fun. I'm going to invite Whack 100 and the rest of them. Hold on. You're live on the DanaJay show. How can I help you?
Hey, Dana, how are you?
I'm fine. Who's calling?
Anonymous Ninja.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. So, I just want to say this. The ages, it went from 14, 15, 16, 17. I heard the rap song and I slowed it down, did all that. She can't spit no bars. For people that rap know what bars mean. But it was a confession. And it's really ridiculous. It's so many moving parts. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Mm-hmm. If people really just pay attention and really dissect things, let's go here. When Kels was doing this and he's talking and going on these different podcasts and just trying to get out the BOP, just get that out. Then all of a sudden he goes, no, because that's to stop the communication. Because they want him to be quiet. Then we go here. We have somebody that was allegedly, I don't know, because I'm not in there to know, allegedly a cellie mate, and then after he go on different podcasts and then speaking about somebody, and we don't just say this, because I'm trying to refrain from everything I know. But we just going to go right here. You got somebody who is a producer of Surviving R. Kelly. Then you got Dream Hamilton, who's connected to this, who I guess scripted it or whatever. So to me, it was more like a acting 1-year class, prepare you to act, But it's connected to one person because she is the ex of somebody, and people just need to follow out the blueprints.
Who's that, Dream Hampton?
That's all I can say. What'd you say, Dana?
Are you talking Dream Hampton?
Yeah. She's the ex of somebody.
She's the ex of Jay-Z.
Exactly. See, I didn't want to say it. I didn't know if I could say it. That's why I said the blueprints, But it's
I guess it was a hard knock life.
Yeah. And then we got, Matthew, which is Beyonce's father, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If everybody stopped going over all this other stuff like real talk. If they stop going over all this other stuff and go right here to the best of both worlds, if they just go right there, they will be able to connect every dot it is. Because all of this is connected. Now, what I will say is this, out of respect, Aaliyah was with somebody, and it wasn't R. Kelly. And people missing the point. All they got to do is go to Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown was 15, correct?
What year? Are you talking about the year that she was with Diddy?
I'm talking about this.
Like I say, it's a lot of stuff I'm not going to say. It's a lot of stuff that
I'm not either. I'm not going to speak on it either.
But if I'm going to go to war with the elites, which I know is coming real soon, then I'm going to war. And can I look at it like this is very crazy and there's a lot of stuff connected that Robert have nothing to do with, but this is just a silence program.
Correct.
And see, and I'm gonna say this much. Oh no, I'm gonna wait after you get off. Go ahead. I'm waiting.
Foxy Brown was 15 and Jay-Z was picking her up from school, correct?
Was he just picking her up from school?
Allegedly.
Well, we can go back to the firm. How old was Jay-Z? I'm going to leave that right there. How old was Foxy?
I'm going to leave it right there. Well, one thing I can tell you this. See, we get this Kenwood High School, Kelly going to pick up some kids, teenagers, or whatever it is. But the real person is behind the smoke and mirror. And it was in everybody's face. But see, the one thing Rob didn't do, he didn't sell his soul. Because his mother Joanne told him about God. This is what people don't understand. Now, where is Jay-Z with God in this? Wait.
Jay-Z don't believe in God.
Exactly. So the whole narrative comes from one thing. One person who's moving everything. Now, let's go here.
Well, I'm going to ask you this. Did that one narrative come from one person or one thing, or did that one narrative come from one lawsuit?
Now we talking about the money.
Listen, $75 million to make you do some crazy things.
Yes, it will. And it would also do this. When Carrie Hilson, Beyonce removed her.
The question is why?
Because I got to move you out the way. I want to be on top. What people don't understand, some people have business arrangements and they follow demonic stuff.
I'm going to say this. Was Carrie Hilson moved because she wanted to be on top, or was Carrie Hilson and connected to what happened in Vegas? And I'm going to leave that right there.
Yeah. But we're going to let everybody just connect everything.
Just like I told everybody. At the end of the day, I want people to look at Jay-Z's real daughter that came out and got the DNA test and found out that it's his, and look at Jay-Z's son, right? And the one that he don't want to give the DNA test to. Why wouldn't a man not give somebody that believes that's his son or his dad a DNA test? Not unless it's a backstory that can screw you up. But then I want you to look at this. Like I told everybody, Blue Ivy don't look nothing like Jay-Z kids. They favor, but they don't look alike. But look at Ty and look at Blue Ivy. And I'm going to leave that there.
Yeah, his best friend.
Is that his best friend?
I don't know. Best friend, but look, we'll leave that there. Let everybody figure it out.
I mean, I already know. So it is what it is.
Yeah. A lot of moving parts. And they moving so much. But I get real emotional around this time because it's the time 4 years ago that they picked him up. And I was, I kind of snapped out.
7 days away.
I was crying. You get what I'm saying? And but people don't understand, but I have a true connection. I know Rob, and I met him, and I danced. I did everything. He knows my brother and everything. My brother, rest in peace. But all I got to say is this. You know Ken Norman, too, my cousin. All I'm going to say is this. I stay in the bushes for a reason. Because a lot of people will be messed up. What I mean, if I could really speak and really just come out and say, and this is why I salute you, take my hat off to you, because I have never donated or never followed anybody but you. We going way back. When it came in with the phases and all of that, and you have people get their YouTube channel up and they snake you. I understand it. But the thing about it, I kept applauding you. I kept praying to God for strength for you to endure all of these snakes. And Dana, you're going to find out it's some more snakes in the game. Everybody that clap, not clapping for you. Everybody that hug you, not hugging you. So I salute you. I'm real about this. I salute you. And my cousin Ken Norman, he watches it, and he in the bushes too, and he said, make sure you tell him I salute him. So he salutes you, Dana.
Appreciate it.
Yes, he did.
I appreciate it.
Yes. And all I got to say is this. Money will make people do too much for nothing. But I'm going to tell you this. There's no way that I would sell my kids for anybody. And what I mean by that is this. I would never turn my kids against the father. Because whatever I say about the father...
Hold on. One person at a time, caller. One person at a time. So go ahead.
Everybody I say, when you have kids, it's half the daddy, half the mama, right?
Uh-huh.
So mother's duties is, I'm not with that Me Too. I'm not no feminist. I'm against all that. But mothers need to understand this. When you talk about the daddy, degrade the daddy, disrespect the daddy, you are making an angry, bitter child. And you're going to weep what the hell you saw. So that goes to Joya Kelly. And I love you. Much love. Let me let the other caller call in. Thank you for answering the call, Dana.
Okay, no problem.
I can't connect to the Wi-Fi network. You might want to check the connection settings in the Google Home app.
Okay, Google, stop. Hold on, I don't know who that was calling, but I called back. We go this way.
Hello?
Hello? Somebody called
Yeah.
the DanaJay show?
What's up?
Who's this?
Yeah, I just called about the show. Y'all gonna learn?
Yeah, but who's this?
This Jay from Miami.
Okay.
Y'all talking about R. Kelly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to talk about that.
Okay.
All right. I'm online now?
Yeah.
All right.
So what's your so what's your opinion about the lies that Pauline said?
About right now what
what you were talking about?
Yeah.
I was talking about R. Kelly, man. I was trying to say what that thing that's going on with R. Kelly. I think it's all a mix up.
What you think the mix up is about?
I think they just trying to they trying to jam that man up for no reason, man. That man was doing good. We got other people out there that R. Kelly. Listen, we got.
Your phone going in and out.
Hold on. Let me fix my phone. I just fixed my phone right now. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever they got going with R. Kelly, I think it's all a mix-up.
What you mean by mix-up? Explain.
So what I'm trying to say is...
Your phone going in and out. Yo.
But listen to me. It's more people out there doing... It's people out there doing worse things than R. Kelly was doing.
Okay.
So basically, the man Black, I think he had royalties. R. Kelly is, trust me. So
your phone going in and out, and we trying to hear everything you're saying, but it's skipping and it's going in and out like crazy.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Or you can hear me right now better?
Yeah.
All right. So basically, all right. We got worse criminals out here.
Yo. Your phone went out.
Yeah, I'm right here. What I'm trying to say is R. Kelly, his case, I'm listening to every single thing they're saying about his case, and what I'm hearing right now, the man innocent.
Definitely.
The man is totally innocent. He ain't killed nobody.
Nope.
He did not kill nobody. All you hear is only thing you hear is this. Hello?
Yeah.
So the only thing I'm hearing in R. Kelly situation is that people want money. They was tired because he stopped giving them money. So now it's like everybody's trying to get revenge.
Right. That's absolutely right.
So basically that's all you hear right now is they tired of he stopped giving money, so now we want revenge.
But let me ask you this question.
What's up?
Let me ask you this question. How can you get revenge on somebody because he was giving you something that belonged to him?
But listen, if you think about it, everything they talking about that happened to R. Kelly happened years ago.
Yep, to earn Hall.
Yeah, so it happened years ago. So now what it's looking like somebody is trying to frame somebody to get some money out of them. They not getting nothing out of them now. So now, all right, you ain't giving us nothing, so we finna put this out there.
Facts.
So that's what's going on. Now the man locked up. He done lost everything. Now you done put the court system in it. So the court system right now, what they doing is they holding his royalties. They doing this. They doing that. Why? Because of somebody that's trying to frame him because basically they're not getting nothing out of him.
That part.
The man ain't killed nobody. You ain't hear him shoot nobody or do nothing.
Well, you got Blueface that killed somebody and he out on bond.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
and you got rapists and serial killers out here. That's out. Look at the Bill Cosby situation. Similar. If you look at the Bill Cosby situation, it's totally similar. He got locked up. Now,
man, where you at, bro?
I'm in Miami.
Listen, I don't ever want to go to that part of Miami because your service is terrible.
No, you know, I think I'm gonna have to call back. Let me call right back.
All right. Bro was excited, but his service was terrible. I'm just saying. Listen, I got 12 minutes before I go to Clubhouse. And we're going to carry this conversation over to Clubhouse. All right. I appreciate the brother that called in. I totally do. I appreciate the brother that called in. But like I said, I got to get up out of here. Y'all be blessed. And remember, those people. Oh, and before I say anything, I'm going to say this. And this ain't nothing that I ain't tell Robert. This ain't nothing that I ain't tell Ms. Bonjean. And I'm going to say it again. Hold on. Yo.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So I'm online right now.
Okay.
So you can hear me loud and clear?
Yep.
All right, so this is what I was trying to say. All right, so this is what I was trying to say about R. Kelly. He's being frank.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look, are you listening to me right now?
I'm trying to hear you, and you keep breaking up.
I think my son wants to.
All right. Look, this ain't nothing that I ain't say to Rob. This ain't nothing that I ain't say to Ms. Bonjean. And I'm just telling y'all. Robert, I'm going to be honest with you. Focus on the BOP. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to focus on the BOP. Because the BOP is what allowed this to happen for you to get the years that they trying to hammer you with. But until you denounce those people that's hanging around you or hanging around people that hang around you, that's scamming your people and that's making bad for you, going against the BOP is an oxymoron until you trim the fat from them folks because it's making you look bad. And what they're doing is they camouflaging with the real supporters and friends of yours. And they creating hell and confusion, which gives the BOP triggers to keep doing what they doing. Now, I'm just saying, I hope I make sense. So the Sylvias and the Lisa, the Cassandras and all them, cut that out. The Sean Harris, the Sharon Monet, continue leaving that alone. And I can't tell you what to do because you're grown. But I'm just telling you from what I see. From the inside looking out and from the outside looking in. As long as you are being, as long as scamming is going on in your name and you're not denouncing the people that's scamming, what use is the BOP? What use is going after the BOP? Because it's just going to be a revolving circle. You're going to go after the BOP. You're going to find out who Officer A is, and then Sylvia's still going to be scamming in the back door. Her whole crew. They just lynch mob and your brother. Strong arm Bruce. Oh, we can get you some money. That's all we got to say is you're going to see your brother. Now watch this. They were supposed to have came out and gave an account of Bruce seeing Robert on Saturday or Sunday. Have anybody else seen Bruce on the internet? I rest my case. Somebody need to think. Robert told us, don't think like him, but just see you on Clubhouse.
When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other. When the chips.
Yeah. I don't want you to hold back any longer, baby. Cause tonight, I'm gonna give you all of the things I know you've been waiting for.
This is Black Music First.
It's the remix. I hear you calling. Here I come, baby, to save you. Baby, no more stalling. These hands have been longing to touch you, baby. And now that you've come around to see it in my way, you won't regret it, babe. And you surely won't forget it, babe. It's unbelievable how your body's calling for me. I can just hear it calling me. Body's calling, I'm there. Gonna satisfy you, I swear. Hit it from the back while I'm pulling on your hair. Come here, you ain't going nowhere. Take it, body's calling, I'm there. Gonna satisfy you, I swear. Hit it from the back while I'm pulling on your hair. Come here, you ain't going nowhere. Take it, take it, take it, take it, oh. Take it, take it, take it, oh. Take it, take it, take it, oh.
This is Black Music First.
What's your desire? Baby, your wish is my will. Oh, yes it is. Babe, let me take you higher and show you how you should feel. Show you how it feels, babe. So feel now or forever. Oh, your body. Oh, girl, whatever it is you want from Kelly, baby. You see, you don't have to say nothing. Knowing your body wants something. And it's easy for me to see, babe, that your body's calling. Oh, body's calling, I'm there. Gonna satisfy you, I swear. Hit it from the back while I'm pulling on your hair. Come here, you ain't going nowhere. Take it, body's calling, I'm there. Gonna satisfy you, I swear. Hit it from the back while I'm pulling on your hair. Come here, you ain't going nowhere. Take it, take it, take it, take it, oh. Take it, take it, take it, oh. Take it, take it, take it, oh. Take it, take it, take it. I can hear it, oh. Screaming emergency. Oh, emergency. Here to give you what you need. Yeah. All the things your body wants, baby. Girl, said I'm wise enough to know when the body's calling. Calling on me. Body's calling, I'm there. Right there. Gonna satisfy you, I swear. You. Hit it from the back while I'm pulling on your hair. Come here, you ain't going nowhere. Take it, body's calling, I'm there. Gonna satisfy.
This one's for you. For all of my dads around the world. Oh, yeah. This one's for you. For all of my dads around the world. Around the world. Happy Father's Day to you. Today's a special day, and we're gonna celebrate.